Okay, first here it is add clients to domain. So add clients to domain. Okay, how to add a client to domain means very simple. First, what is my client PC? WinC1. What is my server PC? WinS1. Okay, what is my domain? Contoso.com. And what is my client IP address? Okay, 172 16 0 10. What is my server IP address? 172 16 0 254. This is my server IP address. Right? So make sure both should be communicate each other. Both should be ping. So check with the ping with IP, ping with IP and name also. Okay, name means domain name. Name means domain name. Both should be communicate. Means from client to server communication is important. Already I told physically both should be in same network and logically both should be in same network. They both should be communicate each other. So once you verify that communication, so what you have to do? So once you have to do the step is WinC1. Go to WinC1. This PC. So where is this? This PC. Okay, so first Windows E, then this PC, right click, properties, then we will get a system properties. At computer name, at computer name, change settings. Okay, then go to change. There you can find a member of domain. You can see member of, under member of you can see the domain. It is already in work group. Change work group to domain. Then you can give contoso.com. Okay, if both are okay, communication is there, everything is okay, it asks for username and password. Give administrator, your domain administrator, admin @ 123. Okay, so this is it, and it will ask for a welcome to, it will show a message, welcome to domain. Welcome to domain. Click okay things. Finally cancel. Finally cancel will come up. Then it asks for a restart. Then restart now. So when it is asking for restart, so then restart now. So then it is completed. Okay, in a server side, what to do? It means when DC side. So our server machine name is server one, right? So there we have to create OU and other things. So first we have to join a client to domain. So step by step is important. That's why I explain the step first. Okay, so your domain controller is ready. All control insert. This is my domain controller. Okay, and okay, it's going on, right? So it's going on. Very good. There is a magnifier. Here it is a magnifier. So I'm putting in a full screen mode here. Okay, so I'm going to tools in server, users and computers, Active Directory, users and computers. This option. Okay, so it is open. Just see the book size, book like that. This is the that one. Can you see this computers? Nothing is there in this column. Nothing is there under computers. Okay, these are the default OUs. Domain controller. See, our domain name is sorry, server name is showing here. Domain controller. Server name is showing. These are the computers. It shows here. Computers. Domain computers. These are built-in users. These are built-in users and groups. These are also users already existing in the domain. Okay, I'm not creating a OU now. Actually I have to create your OU user like that. But what happened? I explained about client side what we do. So then we have to go to the client. Okay, click on the screen. So and make sure that you are in the same network. It will give always it. Okay, so properties. Why it is disturbing? Okay, so just refresh. So it is giving problem again. Sometimes it will happen to PCs because of last updates or pending update kind of stuff. Okay, we'll go to this PC directly. Just giving a lot of shit. Okay, I'm going to command prompt first. CMD. So I'm typing CMD here. Okay, so first I'm pinging to my server. I'm in a client. I'm trying to ping to my server with the IP address. We'll see any blockage is there because we have to send a request from client. So how much it is down, but it is still we can able to ping. I can ping with IP address means physically both side a communicate connection is there and as well as logically IP address is correct. And we have to test the DNS. To test the DNS, ping with the domain name. Ping with the domain name. Give domain name. So then the DNS address we are given in a client side is correct or not. We will know. DNS server address is given correct or not. We will know. See, when I given a name, automatically number is came, and then we are pinging to the same number. Now it is good. Okay. Name to number. Name to IP address. Name to IP address should come. If it is not coming, means there is a problem in IP address preferred DNS configuration part or maybe server side. So we will get it that one. So this is okay. First we ping to server with IP address, then we ping with the domain name. We got a reply. So it means both the DNS and network path everything is good. Or you can do ping with normal things. So I'm closing one window. I have opened only one window. So I click on this PC. Right click in Windows 10. Not only one way, there is another way also we can able to add a client to PC, but this is a traditional way, common way in a Maxim PCs. Okay, that's why I'm telling this one. Change settings. I'm going to change settings. Click on change settings. So you do you remember how to change the computer name? So same thing, same way we will change the names. Computer name change. I'm not changing computer name. If you want to change the computer name now, also you can change it. No problem. You can change the computer name now if you want. You can change it also. No problem. But I already given, so that is good for me. So I selected domain. It's a work group is there. I select domain, member of domain. So now I'm giving a domain name contoso.com. I'm giving a computer name contoso.com. So I give an administrator. So can you see the domain name it is showing means you have to give administrator password. Normally you can give any username, domain username. You can give domain any username, no problem, because the policies are like that. But generally better to give administrator account. We have only one administrator account currently. I'm giving that one, admin at the rate 123. Administrator, admin at the rate 123. Okay. So we got a message. Welcome to contaso.com domain. Welcome to contaso.com domain. So now you are joined officially. If you got any errors, then troubleshoot. How to troubleshoot? Make sure both are communicating each other. That is the main thing. Restart now. Okay, cancel, restart now. So then automatically you will going to be joining client. So let it restart. Once it is restarted, you can observe it from here in a server. This is my server now. That is a client. This is server. Okay. So refresh. So I got my computer here. See, under computers, I got a computer by default. It means now WinC1 is a member of my domain. WinC1 is a member of my domain. This is how we will get the computers. Okay, like this. So WinC1 contoso.com. This is my FQD and DNS name is this one. The computer name is WinC1. This is a full domain. Operating system is Windows 10 Enterprise, like this. Okay. So how can I get it here? Because the client is added to domain. The client requests the domain. Okay. Domain means server, right? So client requests the domain. So please add me to your domain. That's it. Okay. So this is a how to add a client to domain. No, it is taking updates also. That is like I change my update partner, so that's why it is giving that kind of slow working. Pending updates also there. Okay, guys, no problem. It is my client is taking time to update kind of stuff. Meanwhile, I will show you how to create a OU and what is a OU. OU is a container, just a logical part only, like a folder, like a folder, right? You have a music files, video files, documents. You created a three folders and you keep all music folders into uh, um, you keep all music files into music folder, and you create you have a videos, you put all videos into videos folder, you put all documents into documents folder, thing like that. Okay, next, in a musics, again in a music there is a different music out there, maybe something like western music like English songs, Hollywood songs, or whatever it is there, Bollywood songs, local Maratha songs, or South Indian songs, or maybe um, movie based songs, or maybe private album songs. Like you have a different categories are you're separated. In videos also you have a different, like a only part of video or full movie is there, or maybe it's English movie, or maybe horror movie, or maybe it is a comedy movie. Like you can separate it. Like it's logically you are dividing. Logically we are dividing with a different folder names, but actually you are not dividing the data. Data is there, but it is in different containers. That's it. The container is different, right? Like simply like in your home. Okay, check it, like sugar is in one container. Okay, tea powder like is in one container, coffee powder is one container, dal is another container, maybe rice in a one container, what we do, chapati, like wheat, okay, is in one container, atta is in one container, right? See, we are separating it. It does not mean that we are physically we are separating, or logically separating, means we are separating into different containers, right? So same thing is goes for a OU also. What is a OU? Organizational unit. We are organizing our users, groups, and computers in a separate containers. Understand that one. So these are the default organizational units. it contains some accounts, like usually group accounts are there, default server user account and group accounts are there in these containers. So this is a domain controller container. This is having a domain controller information. Computers, our domain computers information. These are default groups are there. We don't want to touch it. We can't modify. We can't this one. We need a other purpose. OU is having mainly two purposes are there. So we'll see that one. First, I'm going to create a OU. How to create a new OU? This is contoso.com. Click on it. Then right click on it. Click on the contoso.com. Right click on it. New organizational unit. This is new organizational unit. Now I am giving a name for this one. So here I am giving, I will put in a cap letter so then it is visibility. IT support. IT support OU. IT supporting related job people will be there here. For example, I am creating a user in this one. IT support OU. In the OU, I am going to create a user, new user. For example, this is IT supporter what? Okay, so okay, caps are small, no problem. IT user one. IT user one. I'm I remove the cap lock. Okay, so I given a username. Okay, this is a login name. This is a login name. What are you given here? It's a different. If you give like this, if you give like this is the login name. This is not login name. Understand? This is initial. You can give Mr. Mrs. kind of stuff also. Next. Okay, here you should give a password. I'm giving password currently is like Vedic at the rate 123. If you don't want to accept it, I will change it for IT user one. Here, first option, user must change the password at NAST login. So listen carefully, guys. What is it? You join in a company. Today you join in a company. I created an account for you. For example, who is there here? Sawmill is there, no? Right? So Sawmill joined today in a company, and they given a account sawmill at the rate company.com or maybe cognizant.com, and they give a password. The password is dummy password. Once you first log in, immediately it will ask change your password. Understand? They give you a dummy password, and you whenever you log in first time, you must change the password. So that is this option. User must change the password at next login means now I'm giving a dummy password. Now when you log in, so change your password. That is the option. Okay, I'm unchecking this one. Next. Okay, user cannot change the password. What is that meaning? I'm giving a password to user, but when our user is want to change his password, he should ask me, but he cannot change himself. I want to control that password thing. Then if you want that kind of stuff, then you have to check this one. Okay, next, password never expiry. Usually user password expiry by 42 days in a Microsoft Windows. 42 days is a password expiry by in a domain environment. So user passwords are expiry by 42 days in generally by group policy wise, and you don't want to make it expiry because 40 day do guess you don't want to apply the condition on that one, so you can select this one. Next, account is disabled. For example, again, Somil is about to join. Actually, he has to join next Monday. He given all the documents completed. Document process is completed. Information sent to from HR to IT support people. Okay, IT the system administrator. What he do? He create account immediately. He create a account immediately. But when the candidate is joining on Monday, when the candidate is joining Monday, understand? The candidate is joining on Monday, but till the time account should not be open. So that is account is disabled. Account is created, password is created, everything is created, but he will disable it till the time's up. So whenever the candidate is joined, he enable the account, then automatically candidate can able to log in. This is one condition because we are creating it. Normally, user working user is there, but his transfer or maybe he is gone for 5 days and he is in a leave. He should not log in. We can disable it manually. Okay, this is when we create at that time. Your account is disabled means that one. Unselect it. I'm not selecting anything. I unselected this one. This is already selected. I unselected this one. So I don't want to give again password. We'll see finish, next finish. Now IT user is created. IT support, IT user one is created. Got it? So this is how we can able to create it. And also you can create a multiple user. For example, HR department is there. HR department is there. I am going to create a HR OU for HR people. Okay, HR users are there, no? In our organization HR users also there. They, I put all their names into HR into this one. Okay, ITU people are there, and I'm clicking on here again. So right click, click and right click on contest.com. I'm going to create one more OU is development. Development OU. So developers are there, right? So developers are there, but one developer, lot of developers are there, right? So I'm going to create maybe a Java developer. Java developer is there. So I create a Java OU. Under development, maybe .NET candidates are there. I'll create a sub OUs. Okay, guys, if you are cannot able to understand this thing now, if in case like you don't getting into the mind, so no problem. So watch this thing. What I'm explaining and what I'm trying to explaining it. So you will understand that one. Like so, any other development? So maybe now Python is also there now. So Python developers. Okay. For example, I have a team. Some are working on a Java base. I create their accounts under Java. Some are .NET developers. I put this here. Some are Python developers. I put in a Python folder. Okay. Maybe testing people are there. So there also belongs to development side only. No? Testing is also one part of development side. Testing candidates. So testing people in a testing folder. HR people in a HR folder. One second. Okay. Okay. So IT support people in a folder. Like we can create it like a HR. I create a HR one. Any name. Anybody want to suggest HR? Like Kirti is a HR. Last name is HR. Yeah, no problem. So we'll put it. Caps lock is on. So I unlock the cap lock and again password is Vedic at the rate 123. I will try to give same password again. So I'm not able to see anything. 6 o'clock now, so I have to switch on the light. Java developer. Who is interested in Java developer? Anybody? J user one. So give me some names. Katie's spelling is easy. Sneha is there. His spelling is easy. Sneha. Spelling is right. Hmm? Mm, so I put a Sneha. Okay, like this. Okay, so just for example only I'm telling this one. Okay, so these are the different OUs. Like you can create multiple users. Like here you can create a Um, yes, spell your name so then I can hear you. Sanket, correct? Wrong. If you otherwise I'll do names. I didn't see anything now, so even I can't see my keyboard also. I have to switch on the light. It's already 6 o'clock. It's already dark. I don't know, so why it is faster. See, like container, we can able to create a multiple areas. Okay, this is part completed. This is how we can able to create a OU and this one. So I will explain the OU thing again. So first of all, I want to go to my client PC. Still, it is going. Oh, I want to show you login thing, but it is still running. Still, my client is going on. Okay, so meantime, we'll see the OU part. Okay, this is organizational unit. Okay, so where is this? This is for snipping tool. Any shortcut is there? That is a better one. So 100%. I think you can able to see this one. See here. So OU it contains data. OU contains a data. Okay. So what data it is there in OU? You can put user, group, and also computer. Also, you can put a computer. It is in a default folder, but you can put it. Okay. So this is a user, group, and computers. You can put it in a OU. So why we are creating these many OUs depends upon different people are there, right? In organization, HR will be there, IT support people are there, different platform developers are there. So these are all people, right? So instead of putting every people name into one place, I separate them, right? I'm organizing them. I'm separating them. IT users in a IT like this, okay? IT OU, IT support OU. HR in a HROU, Java in a Java OU, like that, separate them and subcategorize them. So then we can easily understand where it is, which place it is, right? So for example, you are in a 2020 batch. All your nodes I put it in a separate folder. All your nodes I put it in a separate folder. If I put it in a everything in my folder, like my desktop, we can't find where is my file. Okay, we can't find the actual file it is. So if it has become difficult to understand which user is belongs to which department. So that is first point in a organizational unit. Second point, we can apply a group policy easily. We can link. 1 second, Sharon sir is calling.